Welcome back, everyone. The head of local weather warnings will take an early retirement as cuts happen to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, better known as NOAA. The last day for the warning coordination meteorologist Paul Yura is April 30th. He coordinates the warning function of his office and is in charge of the Skywarn program, spotter training, and sharing information with the community. Yura's retirement is part of an early retirement package offered to National Weather Service employees. He's worked with the service for 32 years and spent more than half that time at the office in Austin, San Antonio. Let's bring in our chief meteorologist, Nick Bannon, now. And Nick, help us understand what this means for you and many people out there in the community.
Yeah, more than any other meteorologist at our local National Weather Service Austin, San Antonio office, we work with Paul more than anybody else. He is a great segue between the studies and the forecasting that the National Weather Service does, as well as the warnings and watches that they put out. And he is a great connector to the media so that we can follow along with their thinking. We can help pass along those important warnings to you at home. And as he leads the warning section of the National Weather Service, he, of course, plays a big role in determining issuance of watches and especially warnings in the local area. Even though the Storm Prediction Center do the watches, they do coordinate with local National Weather Service on the watches eventually, and then the warnings are distributed by our local National Weather Service office. But more importantly than his job description is his experience. He's been working with the National Weather Service for 32 years, as you mentioned, and more than half of that time in our local office. And his position right now is no word on when they would fill that. There's a hiring freeze at the National Weather Service now, so how they fill that to be determined. But it is going to be very difficult to replace someone with that level of experience, especially local experience, local terrain understanding, local weather pattern understanding. You can get some new meteorologists who are trying to learn the field as best they can, but experience is very important doing what he does.
Of course. And talk about what other staffing issues might be presenting themselves to this office there in Austin, San Antonio.
Yeah, so I looked at their page. They have an About Us section where they list all of the employees that work there and all of the vacant employee positions as well. They are missing already, unrelated to recent cuts, a lead meteorologist position, a meteorologist position, as well as an electronic technician, which doesn't necessarily do the forecasting, but make sure that things are working correctly. And on top of Paul Yura's retirement, another senior position, the Science and Operations Officer, that is right up there with being one of the top positions in our local National Weather Service office. John Zeitler, he is retiring too on the same day as Yura. Now his retirement is a regular retirement, not an early retirement due to cuts from our understanding. But that he still brings 2 decades of experience to that position. So that experience is going, Paul Yura's experience is going. It is certainly going to create some gaps we expect in the local National Weather Service office. Those gaps will be filled by other employees, and they will do their best to provide the safe, timely warnings that they've always done. But certainly that experience is going to be missing, and we'll miss working with them.
And